One being something that looks like a cat or a skunk. Kid you not. Something that looks like a cat or a skunk that, we will see out of the corner of the eye, we'll look, we'll still see it, and then it will like sink into the floor. No idea.
We believe you. We believe you.
My husband and I saw a ghost cat at our previous house, and it was kind of funny. We had 2 cats at the time, and I walked into our bedroom, and I thought one of them had ran past me and went in the room because I saw this cat. And I turned around and opened the bedroom door, and they're both standing there like, we're just waiting on you. And so then I looked back, and he said, "What'd you see?" I said, "Nothing." He was like, "No, tell me what you saw." So I told him, and he's like, "I knew it. I saw that a while ago." And I said, "Why didn't you say something?" I wasn't going to say anything until you said it. So,
wow.
I think a lot of people are like that. And I've had people that have asked me before, too. They say, "Well, how come some people have experiences and some don't?" I said, "I don't believe that. I think everybody does. But some people chalk them up to, it must have been the wind, or it must have been this." And they try to find a logical explanation instead of opening their mind to the paranormal.
Absolutely. Some people are just so, straight-minded that they're not even paying attention to the stuff that's going on around them.
Yeah.
They just don't want any part of it, unfortunately. But who knows? Something big may happen to them.
Some people are born with more sensitivities, or, maybe some people are, some people are born with it. Some people have an experience, like Lisa, where she actually coded and was brought back, had some kind of thing like that happened that makes her really sensitive. So I love to hang out with Lisa when we're investigating because they all like her. So
that's why she always says, "I want to go with Lisa."
I'm going with Lisa.
Yeah.
But some of us, because it rewires you when you get shocked, or whatever.
Right.
And you've had some health problems from what I read about your history and all, and I think that anybody that comes close to those kinds of things, are more sensitive. Or what got me into the field more than anything, besides watching the show, my daughter got me into that years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But experiencing a lot of loss in my life of my family members, and that has, believing that there's an afterlife, and then, to me it's just a natural jump from one to the other, but then, experiencing what we do on our investigations and all, it's just going to keep happening. I'm going to be going forever because I love it. To me, it's a science that is still developing and that kind of thing. But with technology today, we have so many opportunities to actually document stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
So do you to use cameras at all?
Cameras? Oh yeah, absolutely. We usually set up, full DVRs, and I have, full spectrum camera. I believe, full spectrum, if you're I prefer full spectrum over, just infrared. Just not just for personal reasons, but, there's just been a lot of studies that I've read. I know, Barry Fitzgerald and, Dustin relayed this to me. I know Barry Fitzgerald looked into this a few years ago, about the, UV spectrum, that there was a study done. I'm not sure by who, but I have looked into this, that when you're born, you almost have like a contact lens over your eyes that allows you to see into the UV spectrum. And as you grow older, that contact lens slowly dissipates. Kind of like when you're younger, you can hear into, the different sound spectrums that, you can't hear in as you grow older, as your ears develop. So kind of the same principle, but with your eyes. Some people, that lens doesn't disappear. So looking at theory, if spirits are said to show themselves in the ultraviolet spectrum, is that why children tend to see things when they're younger, and as they grow older, they don't see those things anymore? Or is that the reason why some adults are able to still see things, because that lens didn't dissipate on those people?
Right.
So
right, why children have imaginary friends.
right, exactly, exactly. So I definitely think there's more to look in that realm of things. I also think that the equipment field, I think, has kind of plateaued. There is still things new coming out in the paranormal world, but a lot of things are just other things that have already been invented to make look different.
It's more like upgrades to
right,
what's
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, things that beep and light up. But it's the truth. It's the truth.
It's got prettier lights on it. I gotta have it.
It's
Come
the
make
truth.
the light shine up. Yeah.
So I think we if we want to move forward, I think we need to focus on the things that have been working for us for decades. Going back, to the spiritual movement, Thomas Edison said that if there was a way to, capture spiritual phenomena, it would most likely be in a subtle way, and that would be through, if he was to put one of his inventions out there to capture this, it would be through a voice recorder, a very sensitive audio recorder. So I think we really need to focus in on infrasound. I think if there was a recorder on the consumer market that was affordable, that recorded much lower than 6 hertz, I think there would be something to that. I would love to get my hands on something that would record under 6 hertz, because that's the lowest recorder that I've found on the market that, is purchasable. That's, it's of course thousands of dollars. But I think infrasound and UV spectrum is the way we need to go right now.
That's very interesting. Very interesting.
So you're accepting donations for the...
Yeah. Cody's next recorder. Yeah, sure. Okay,
well,
Mac.
Like Sarah was saying, when I did code, when I was brought back, I had always been a believer.
Yeah.
But it did seem like, I don't know, I've heard other people, and we've talked about kind of maybe thinning the veil or lifting the veil, a little bit. Because that we had another person that had been in the group, and he was the same way. He had the same type of thing. I mean, happened to him, basically coded and brought back, and he was the same way. He was very sensitive to things as well. We could feel different things that maybe the other guys couldn't feel. So
yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Absolutely believe it.
Very interesting. It is very interesting.
Do you have any problems, and maybe not since you're with TAPS, but I mean, do you guys ever seem to have any problems, or did you maybe before you were with them on, having members, keeping members, things like that, having to weed out members?
Well, luckily, they had a great system in place. Like a lot of the TAPS home team members that came before me, when they wanted to join a group, they were interviewed by another group that was really the home team undercover. So they wouldn't get people that just watched the show and wanted to join. Now, the way I joined was, I was a member of Rise Up First, and since some of the members in TAPS worked with some of the members in Rise Up, that's how I got to know Tracy, who is the lead for the home team now. So our core team of investigators has stayed the same. We haven't really had anybody that's we've had to get rid of in a short amount of time, just because we've been able to. Most of the people that come in now are friends of friends. Like if you're recommended to somebody, if I had somebody that was a friend that wanted to join, then we recommend them if we're looking for new people. But right now, the group we have now, it's like I said, it's about 10, and it's perfect. You know, it's all we need.
Well, you know, like our core is, you know, has stayed. I mean, Max has been there. He was the founder of the group, and
and you.
Yeah, I was saying Chris and I have been there from the start, but you know, we've had some that, and sometimes you understand. I mean, we had you know, one that left over a divorce and things like that, or you know, if there's family issues and things like that can happen.
Yep.
It's not so much the losing them as it is that we have a lot of people that come forward and say they want to be a part of the group, but I think it's whenever they actually put in work. It's kind of like that meme that you see that goes around. It's like what they think we do, what we actually do.
Right.
I think
Absolutely.
when it comes down to putting in the work and going, wow, okay, I thought this was just going to be like a fun time Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we were talking about before the show.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was before the show, so I mean, yeah, we can bring it up now.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was we went through a lot of people because, like, when it comes down to it, they just don't want to do it.
And it's not necessarily
just a lot of a time investment.
Absolutely.
Well, I was going to say, like Scars, our group that we work with all the time, and Dustin is usually on the show with us. But you know, he just told us the same thing. Last weekend we were talking about it, and he's like, you know, I got to figure out my group and see which way we're going and who's where, and you know, because that just, like I said, it's a lot of time and a lot of money if you do it right, you know. So another thing,
it's an investment.
Right, it is a definite investment.
Big investment. But that's what we're passionate. If you're passionate about it, you don't mind. You know, you want to do it. You know, more than anything. But you know, it's not everybody's got cut from that same bolt of cloth.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Becca asked, Cody, have you ever actually been scared of a ghost you saw with your own two eyes?
Well, you know, besides the fact when I was 8 and during that whole experience, that I guess that was kind of expected. But since I've been doing this, you know, client investigations and with a team, either TAPS or Rise Up, not so much like scared, like, you know, frightened, scared, but caught off guard. Something that happened when I least expected it. There's been 2 times that have really like sunken into my head, like what just happened. And I'll tell one of the stories. It'll take a few minutes, but it's something that absolutely was kind of was a turning point. That wow, this is really, yes, absolutely. Words couldn't describe. We were actually on a TAPS case at a private residence, and we were briefed with you know, the on the phone interview. That's usually the standard. If a case comes in, the lead will call the client, get a interview over the phone with all the information, and then it will be sent out to the members that are attending the case. So I was aware of some of the situation that was going on. We were told that the client had lost a daughter in a tragic accident, who was around my age at the time, which was sad. And that's all we were really told about the situation. We weren't told when or anything like that. And so we got to the location. You know, we talked to the clients. We usually have them explain everything that's going on in the home. They didn't believe that their daughter was there, but because they've been having activity before she had passed away. So we started setting up equipment. I went to the top of their stairs because they had claims of a shadow figure walking at the bottom of the stairs near their front door. So I went to the top of the stairs to set up my full spectrum camera to aim it down the stairs in hopes of catching something. So I was on one knee playing with the settings in the camera to adjust the lighting and stuff. And 2 of our female investigators were